It's time to make it, just give it a try. 'Cause you can make it like the old fat guy.
Welcome to today's episode of You Can Make It with David Farrell. I'm the old fat guy. Today I'm going to make one of the basics, beef stew. Everybody needs to know how to make a good beef stew because it is so rich and it is so hearty and it just makes you feel so good. But let's not forget where beef stew came from. It was a way to use up a cheaper cut of meat and to take one piece of meat and stretch it out over more people because it puts it in a good sauce with lots of vegetables. So to make beef stew is really quite simple. Let's get right into it. First thing I've got here is a pot on my induction cooker, and we're just going to turn it on and get it up to about 350. There we go. And we'll put in about a teaspoon and a half of olive oil and just heat it up until it's shimmering, which will just take a minute. The oil is starting to sputter a bit, get a little bit of smoke off of it, just getting a nice shimmer. And now I'm going to put my beef in. I have here about 750 grams or 1.5 pounds of cubed beef. I like to cube my beef about 3/4 of an inch, but you can do it bigger or smaller as you like. And we're just going to throw it in the oil, and there's a trick here. Do not do it all at once. You don't want any of those cubes touching, and you want to then brown it on all sides. So I'm just going to brown up the beef in about 3 different batches. If you put them all in at once, they give off a lot of moisture and you don't get good browning. So you can see these have only been in for a short second and already they're starting to get a good brown on them, but just leave them alone until they get a really good sear. We'll check them in a second. So I'm taking the first batch of beef out and putting it on a plate. You can see it's nicely browned on all sides. Got a good sear on it. And we're just going to add another teaspoon of olive oil and do the second batch. We have the last batch of the beef browned up, so we're just going to take it out and put it on our plate with the rest of the beef. And we're just going to dribble the last little bit of the olive oil in the pan. Just get it all in there. And we're going to add about 1/2 of a medium onion that's been sliced lengthwise. And we're going to cut the heat down in our pan to medium. And that's about 1.5 cups of sliced onion, and we're going to throw it in to the pot. And we'll just give it a stir around. You just want to get a bit of brown color, and that'll take a few minutes, so I'll be right back with you. You can see the onions just got a little bit of gold color coming onto it now. You're just looking at that little tanny gold color. And we're going to add in 1 cup of button mushrooms and 1 stalk of celery sliced on the bias. If the mushrooms are too big, cut them in half. Don't slice them, just cut them in chunks and throw those in. And you want to cook these until all the water comes off of the mushrooms rather. Because mushrooms have a lot of water in them and you want to get that off. So I've just been cooking for a couple of minutes, and you'll see that there's not a lot of moisture coming off of the mushrooms anymore. They're starting to dry up. That's what you're looking for. And we're going to throw in 15 milliliters or 1 tablespoon of finely chopped garlic and cook for 1 minute with the garlic in. Okay, so we've cooked for a minute. And now I'm going to put in 1 cup of coarsely chopped tomatoes. You can use canned diced tomatoes. I just happen to have some fresh tomatoes on hand, so I peeled them and chopped them up nice and coarse. And you want to throw that into the pot and just stir it for a bit. Just get some of the liquid coming out of them. Now, you see all that dark stuff in the bottom starting to scrape up? That's a fond, and it's just a ton of flavor. But what we're going to do is add 900 milliliters of beef stock, or about 4 cups. So we've got a 250 milliliters of tomatoes, or a cup, and we got 900 milliliters, or just about 4 cups of beef broth that we've thrown in. Now we want to add a few herbs and seasonings. What I have here is 2 milliliters each of thyme and dried rosemary, and 1 bay leaf, and we'll toss that in. Make sure you remember to take that bay leaf out at the end. You don't want your guests biting down on a dry old bay leaf. And then we're going to add 1 can, 156 milliliters, or 5.5 ounces of tomato paste. Gives it a good, thick, rich texture. There we go. And we're also going to add 25 milliliters of soy sauce and 25 milliliters of Worcestershire sauce. And we'll just give that a stir up. And you want to bring it to a boil. And while it's coming to a boil, you can go ahead and toss the meat back in. You can see that there's just some bubbles starting to come around, that it's on the boil. And what we're going to do now is we're going to lower the heat and just simmer it for about an hour. So we'll just cut the heat down. There we go. And you want to stir it about every 10 or 15 minutes for that hour. Just throw a lid on it and let it cook nice and slow. So our stew has been simmering for about an hour. We'll just stir it down a bit. I gave it a stir every 10 minutes or so just to make sure it didn't stick to the bottom. And now we want to thicken it. Now, normally when you thicken something, you make a roux. You mix some water and flour, or some flour and fat, and you add the liquid. But when you're doing a boiled stew like this, you don't have to do that. Just take a fine sieve and put it in the stew so there's liquid in the sieve. And I'm taking 75 milliliters, or a third of a cup of flour, and I'm shaking it into that liquid. And then just take a whisk and whip it through the whisk. Let's keep going until it works its way through. And what it does is the sieve takes the lumps out. So just keep stirring it. And there we go. It's nicely thickened. Just get rid of this. So now that we got the beef stew thickened a bit, at this point you could just leave it. You could just let it simmer for another half hour to finish the beef off, and you'd be fine. But you can also add some additions at this point if you want to. You can put in some little carrot slices, or some baby Brussels sprouts, or in my case, I have 12 baby potatoes. You could also cut up 3 medium potatoes or 1 big potato, but just to put a bit of potatoes in, I'm putting 12 baby potatoes. into the stew. And now we're going to let it cook for 30 minutes more. Now you want to stir it about every 5 minutes or so because it's thickened. And at the end of the 30 minutes, the potatoes should be done. The beef should be ultra tender, and we'll give it a try. So I'll see you in 30 minutes. Our steam simmered for about 30 minutes, and the purpose of that was to finish softening the beef and to get our vegetables to make sure they're nice and soft. So we'll just take one of the potatoes, make sure it's cooked by sticking a fork in it. Oh yeah, it's nice and tender. So our stew is done, except we have to adjust the seasonings. So what I'm going to do is just take a taste and see if it needs any salt and pepper. Oh yeah, I could use some salt, a little touch of salt, and a good grinding of pepper. And give it a stir. And we'll see how it tastes now with a clean spoon. Oh yeah, that's good. You can add more if you like. Just keep adding it until it's the way you like, but that's good to my taste. So now let's do the best part of any of these videos, and that's tasting the result. So we'll just put some stew in a bowl. Doesn't that look creamy and rich? Wonderful sauce. And of course we have to give it a try, so we'll just get a little bit of meat and some of the sauce and give it a taste. Oh, that is so good. It's got a rich tomato background with lots of beef in the sauce. The onions give it a really rich flavor. The mushrooms have cooked out, which give it a great umami. This is an absolutely wonderful beef stew, and of course, the best part is you can make it.
I have a good woman. I ain't good looking, but I do some cooking. I'm the old fat guy. So use that oven if you want some lovin'. Be like the old fat guy. Be like the old fat